Are you ready? You've come to the right place. This is the Makopo podcast. We're so happy you're here.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to the Makopo podcast. If it's your first time listening, here is your extra mercy. And if it's not your first time, I'm going to get the guest to give us something special today. Can you give us an
extra mercy?
There we go, the extra mercy. We are right here in the Makopo podcast. We're having a good time. We're here in Cape Town. I have to make it very clear that this is not alcohol. This is a sports drink. Okay? Yeah, no, we're not changing things that much in the podcast. So, but we do have an amazing guest, someone who some of you know, some of you are about to get to know, someone who's super inspirational, someone who we can all learn from. I'm not gonna get into explaining exactly all the ins and outs of who he is, but I'm gonna allow him to just introduce himself. So I'm gonna ask you to introduce yourself, name, surname, and just a little, and your favorite thing to eat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Pitso Chauke, straight from Limpopo. 14 years in Cape Town. My favorite food? Must I say something that we sell?
Anything.
Eish.
It's tricky.
Like pop and fish.
Pop and
tin fish.
Okay. Pop and tin fish.
Yeah.
Okay. Out of everything in the world.
For me, if you want to feed me, like
sure.
Just what you give me.
Okay. Hey guys, so we're here. Oh, you didn't say your name.
Yeah, I did say Pitso Chauke.
Oh yes, you did. Okay, sorry. I'm focused on the fish.
Yeah.
So guys, we're here with Pitso Chauke, an amazing businessman, an amazing leader here in Cape Town. And what we are wanting to do on this episode of the podcast is just allow leaders to learn from his journey, leaders to learn from his successes, but also how we can bounce back, how he has bounced back several times in his career and all he's doing. So what is interesting actually today is that as we were supposed to record, you were telling me that you were actually having an event today, and you were cooking for someone really prominent, something that's really prominent. How did that, could you tell the people about what just happened?
Okay, I don't know, like, I'm not affiliated with any political party, let me just put it out there.
Okay.
So I was invited by the EFF to cook for them, like at Judge Kloppe's house. The CIC, Julius Malema was there. And I got to cook for them and other like delegates that were there. Yeah.
That was amazing. How does it feel knowing that your skills and knowing that just that you are so excellent that it opens up you to begin to mingle with people in such places?
You know, like I always say that I'm not the best chef out there, but I believe in what if you love what you do, people are going to see through you, and then they will appreciate your talent or something else. And like personally, I think it's the whole package that I come with, and that made me to be in that space. Yeah. So I enjoy that.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, no, I mean that's super inspiring. But I want us to also just get into your story.
Okay.
Could you let us know basically you were born, where you were born? I mean, you said Limpopo.
Yes.
But now, how are you born in Limpopo? Find yourself in Cape Town, open a business and begin to dominate. How does that happen?
Okay, so my business was born. Okay, let me start from scratch. Sure. I came here about 15 years ago, 2008. I was visiting when I came to Cape Town, and I fell in love with the city. I said, I'm no longer going back. Yeah. I applied for a job. Okay. I became a detective. Wow. I worked as a police for about 7 years, 8 years. I'm not sure how many years I was in the force, but I was there in the force for a long time. Yeah. Before I opened my business. But I opened my business while I was still in the force. The reason why I opened the business was, I studied marketing also in school, so I understand for a business to succeed, you need to be solving a problem. And my problem at the time was that there was no African food in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And I was bumping into articles on the internet or like some newspapers saying like 27 years after apartheid, it's been long gone, still no South African visit in Cape Town. And I was like, no man, me and my friends are doing this every weekend. Why can't we make it a business?
Sure.
So Pitsos Kitchen was not just me alone. I had two other friends.
Okay.
One was a chef and the other one was the founder. And then they didn't last.
Okay. Okay.
They didn't last.
Okay.
So I was never. I used to love cooking, but I was never the main chef in the whole in the crew. So after they left me, I already realized like these guys have used me because it's my name out there, and like if I fall, means it's me who's falling. So not them. They were not even mentioned anywhere in the business. So
yeah.
So I realized like now I need to take it serious. Started in Khayelitsha. Didn't even know lots of people there. So I realized like no, there's no problem I'm solving in Khayelitsha, because I'll hear people saying things like, why would I buy this meal when I can get it at home? So then I realized like the problem is in the city where the people are staying. I also stay this side, so I approached the biscuit mill. So when I approached the biscuit mill, they said to me, they're giving me a month as a trial. Then I met wonderful people, I can mention them by name, the Bantu hikers, Inlu, the guy, the Mimbage guy.
Yeah.
So they came in there and then they saw that there's something that they always wanted to have in Cape Town. And then that's how I became viral. And then I decided to take it serious. At the time I was still in the police. So then I realized like, no, I really love this thing more than my job.
Okay.
Then I left my job.
Yeah.
And then I could focus on the food. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not sure if many people knew about this, that you were a detective while you were pursuing this business at the same time.
Yes.
And I think there are many people who can be in that position where they are having their main thing, a job that they are trying to pursue, but they have a passion that they are feeling that like they'd want to turn into a business. What I want to find out is, when was it that you realized that you could actually take the leap? Because a lot of people, you have your job, stable salary. When is a good time when someone can say, you know what, I can actually step into this passion?
So personally, I'm not one person who's going to discourage people that are already working 9 to 5. It's not for everyone. Some people might try, some people might not. So I come from a background of business. My grandfather owned businesses back at home, and I used to idolize him. And then he passed away, and I saw how his businesses went down. And for me, I've always wondered what was wrong with my grandfather. Why, when he died, his businesses also died. Because my mom took over, my dad also took over some of the business that didn't last. But I always said that thing like, sorry.
No.
I want this business to work. I wonder how. Why did that happen? So then I kind of like invested in businesses. I used to sell sweets in school. I used to be a photographer in school. Like when I was at Res, I used to be that guy. So I've always wanted business. Even when I went to the police college, I used to be the main photographer there. When I used to come out, I used to buy like food and sell it in the college because in the college you eat the same food every day. But I'll buy like the tin fish.
Sure. Okay.
And I'll be selling it there. So business, I've always loved business. So for me, when I saw an opportunity like this, to say Cape Town doesn't have African food, it was so easy for me. But because I understand the marketing background that I come with, I knew that just by knowing how to cook is not enough.
Okay.
So I kind of like knew that you need a whole package. Like you need to have. I mean, the business like that. I always say like every business, every company here has different departments.
Yeah.
So that's why there's a marketing department.
Sure.
Like all this production department, it's because of you can't have all the skills on your own. So if you know how to cook, you don't need to focus on the cooking only. You need to know how do you get your business to the people? How do you sell your product? How do you cost your product? I mean, how do you price those things? So I happen to come with all of that, all of those skills at the time, and I thought I could do it. So that's why I was like, it's easy for me to leave this job because I don't like it in the first place. I didn't really want to become a police officer in the first place. I didn't like it. It was dangerous for me. My boss used to say, "You need to go hunt criminals at night." And I'll be like, I don't know if I'm coming back home or not. So that was not my kind of life.
Sure.
I'm a very jolly person. People will say to me in a cellar, like, I don't think you belong here. You're too nice, those kind of stuff. So even when I left the job, it was easy for me to say, at least I have something that I like outside the police that is going to make money for me.
Sure. So did you stop the 9 to 5 only when you saw money coming, or did you go based on a dream?
Like honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's when the money was starting to come, which was a very biggest mistake. That's why I'm giving an advice to a lot of people that will start a side business and then want to leave when there's the money. Sometimes there's things that are there's thing and we love to. People in general, they love new things, hype. Like it's trending. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
So I took a decision based on that, not realizing like I didn't really have the 10-year plan.
Sure.
Like 20-year plan.
Sure.
So even now, I'm just honestly making it work because I'm already doing it.
Okay.
It's not like I had this plan 10 years ago when I left the job. Like now I'm here now. If I lose this thing, what then? What else am I gonna do? So that's why every day I'm very obsessed with my business.
Okay.
I, like you were saying, I brand everything. Like it's my obsession. Every day I think like, what can I improve? Besides the food part. Like what can I introduce that is different from the food? The food. Maybe I need to add some taste to this thing. I go to other places. I see how they present their things. I'm like, I like this thing. How do I present it? Similar to that. So going back to your question is like I decided to come to leave the job because of the money at the time.
Okay. So the money was beginning to outweigh what you were getting.
So what I was getting versus what I was making at the time. I would make maybe I was making what I used to make in a month.
Okay.
In just one weekend.
Wow.
I was so naive though because I've lost my medical aid. At the time my medical was the police have the best medical aid. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But I left my job at the time thinking I'll be making that money that I made every weekend, every day. But the reality check was when I left, I remember at some point going to I opened a spot opposite Biscuit Mill. We shared space, I think we were 3. I remember one day after leaving my job, in my mind, with those projections, like, I'm going to be making that money every day now, because now that queue that I used to have on the weekend is going to be here every day. I had one person come in and buy the meal. And guess what? I took the picture and I posted it on social media and it went viral.
Wow.
So I realized like, no man, what is this? Is it like hype or is it like how do I turn these likes into
sales?
So that's when I learned that social media sometimes can drive you to do certain things if you don't plan it nicely. The same mistake I did when I've opened in Joburg. People in the social media were saying like, come to Joburg, come to Joburg, come to Joburg. I came to Joburg, less support. I realized it's sometimes you just need to not listen to the people, listen to yourself,
Sure.
plan your business,
Sure.
and know exactly what you're doing.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's huge because you're teaching us how we should not be moved by hype. Neither must we be moved by how it feels when it's new.
Yeah.
But how running a successful business, there are ups and downs, and you have to come to a point where you have to actually obsess.
Yeah.
And learn how this thing works, love it, and I do like that thought when you're saying you're obsessed.
Yeah.
With your business.
Very.
Yeah. So what does that look like when you say? Because I know you brand everything.
Yeah.
So now, because I know some people say I want to do a business, but sometimes, like you're saying, it's hype. Now, when you say someone is obsessed with a business, what would that look like?
In my situation is about, I don't have a conversation with anyone without mentioning my business, and not just to say, oh, this is so and so, this is what I do or something. No, I don't do that. I'm saying, if I'll be having a conversation with you and we're very close, I'm like, what do you think if we can brand the containers man this way?
Sure.
So I'll wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, go online, like check what other people are doing. I'm like, I think this thing can work on my business. So it's about 24/7 business, not even about the money. Forget about the money. It's just about improvement. Putting on a status, what do you think of these guys? I mean, the people that are close to me. What do you think of this? What do you think of this? That's my obsession to the business. I think that's what I can call obsession in this situation. You know?
Yeah. You know, I think one thing that's so the business has been running for how many years now?
I think we're 8 years now.
8 years.
8 years, yeah.
You know, I heard a statistic that said I think new businesses, they normally close within about
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So you are like defying the odds at this point, you know. But I wanna, you know, we see so much of your success. Could you maybe tell us the success? You know, what have been the big moments? How many stores are there? Just in case someone is listening to us, they say, you know what, I want to check it out. Okay. What are the milestones you've hit so far in the business?
You mean like counting the shops?
The shops and just the big moments where you can say, you know, since doing this business, this is the amount of shops I have, and these are the big moments I remember.
Well, there's a lot because I mean, I remember when we opened with the first day at the biscuit mill was very like, it was a big thing for us because biscuit mill was white dominant. Like you'll hardly find like a black owned business selling black owned food. So us being there changed the game. I mean, if you go to biscuit mill now,
sure,
let's say 50% is black owned now.
Sure.
You know, and we've changed the game, and I believe that for when we opened there, I mean, like it was like the first chapter, second chapter per se, but we call it the first chapter because that's where we took the business very seriously. We said, look, we have support now. We have people that are coming in almost every weekend because of us. And after that, the second one was, I think, I don't know if you heard, we had a restaurant chain in Long Street as well.
Yeah.
We moved from that one because of, it was during COVID.
Okay.
And then at the same time, Waterfront gave us an opportunity to come trade there during COVID. And I said, no ways. We're not gonna miss this opportunity.
Sure.
I mean, who doesn't want like a business with an address Waterfront?
Yeah.
So I couldn't just say no. No, we didn't have the funds. I had to borrow like some money from family to open that place.
Yeah.
So that one was the second wow moment for us. What else? I'm not gonna mention Joburg because Joburg was a little state. It was like 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah. But lately we opened the restaurant in Parklands, and I happened to stay that side because I recently moved there, and then when you go online, you will not find South African cuisine. And I'm like, another problem to solve here, you know? So that's why we opened that one also. And like, it's doing very well right now.
Wow.
It started on a rough patch because even when they opened, I was not even in South Africa at the time. I was in Singapore for a grill festival, which I was invited for a month.
Wow.
So I've done certain things outside the business as an individual. So that's a wow moment also.
Big time.
I forgot about that, by the way. So that's a lot, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what happened today? Like, I'm just, you know. So I believe I've met a lot of people through my business that I couldn't have met if I was just an individual. You know.
Yeah.
So. My business has done a lot for me.
But now I think one thing that normally is the reason why we are inspired by people is when we also know the moments when maybe you felt like, I think I'm done with this thing, like it's too much, or maybe there were moments where there were so many problems in front of you that you began to ask yourself, can I actually push through? So could you maybe tell us one of those stories when you were actually looking at things and saying, no, I'm not sure.
You know, like, you know what's funny? It's funny because almost every day. So you see the obsession that we were talking about?
Yeah.
If you're obsessed, you'll have that moment every day. Every day you will. Like, I'm not trying to discourage anyone or anything like that. It's just that, like, every business needs to make profit. And obviously, sometimes you have problems. I mean, currently at the waterfront, there's like some construction that the waterfront is doing, and it's affecting our sales. And sometimes you think like, why am I doing this? You still have to pay people, still have to pay this, still have your own personal things to do, but why are you doing this? And you get all the money and you realize after paying everyone else, you can't even pay yourself. I mean, if any normal business person would say, this is not for me.
Sure.
You know? But I think about that every day, but it's always like about, nothing's gonna change. It's just a thought, you know? So I think about that every day, but there's nothing that is gonna stop me from doing anything.
Wow.
But in 2010, sorry man, I was saying 2010.
Okay.
2020.
Yeah.
I almost gave up because of COVID, because I thought that we're gonna live like that for the rest of our lives. Everyone didn't know what the future was having, you know.
Sure.
So 2020, I almost left, and for me to think I've already left my job for this, and then now all of a sudden there's this. I was even thinking of like applying somewhere.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know what's also so crazy is like, we will see people on social media, like, I mean, we will see you doing huge things, and we will say, wow, he's killing the game, killing the game, not knowing that you're saying every day there's a thought of doubt.
We just make it look easy.
You just make it look like it's fun, and you're chilling, smiling, but I think most people won't know that you were sitting there saying, I'm not sure about this.
Talking to you right now, I'm one person who doesn't look into, I don't have like a vision board or something like that, like, in 20 years time I'll be like this or what. Every day it's new challenges.
Sure.
And talking to you right now, that thought that you asked me about, I still have it right now. But it's nothing to say like I'm going to stop. It's just normal, because a business, there's no business that is, let me say, real or legit. You're not gonna have that thought. You're not gonna have that problem. I hear a lot of people like saying to me like, like there's no business. I don't know how you do it. Because a lot of businesses that like you are doing money laundering. I'm like, I've never even once been approached by anyone. Where are these people approaching these people to say let's do this thing?
Sure.
So for me, that makes me think like there's something I'm doing right for this long, to be not even be involved in illegal stuff, but doing things legally. I mean, like, I don't know how many people work for Pitsos Kitchen, and for them to be loyal to the business and not to me. I mean, I don't believe that people are loyal to me. They're just loyal to the business. The business is even bigger than me. I'm Pitso, but as Pitso's Kitchen, I work for Pitso as well. Pitso's Kitchen. So for me, for people to be loyal and then they know they're getting paid by this business, for me that makes me proud more than anything else.
Yeah, you know one thing that I'm picking up just as I'm listening to you is you have like such a high level of humility.
Yeah.
And I think even when you were mentioning the fact that you were able to, when you needed the funds for the waterfront, you were able to ask for the money.
Yes.
Some people aren't able to ask for help, and then they ask themselves, why can't they get successful? Because sometimes the success stories are people who are asking for help.
Yes.
They help me, I can't do this.
Yeah.
So I think that's huge. But even when you're saying the team around you, you're saying, I don't think it's about me.
Yeah.
I think it's about the vision we're building. And if we are focused on the vision and loyal to that, then we can cross any type of challenges in front of us.
I always say that Pitso's Kitchen is like when I say to my I don't want the word my staff.
Sure.
My team.
Sure.
I always say, guys, we actually own Pitso's Kitchen collectively. It's just like we have different roles.
Yeah.
So me, I might be the owner, but I also work for it. I have a role to play. You as a manager, you have a role to play.
Yeah.
So it's like I always give a scenario of a person who will open a salon and say, guys, these chairs, I'm buying all these chairs, you need to hire chairs. And then whatever amount you make, it's mine.
Yeah.
So you make your own money in the salon,
Okay.
which you work for. Actually, I don't know if you know this thing of like a salon, but
everyone is
you hire a chair.
Sure.
So most people in restaurants, they don't think like that. They think like they're working. Whatever they do, if the money's not coming in, it's okay. I'm still gonna get paid. Sorry, but if you have that mindset, like, guys, if this business, yes, my customer right here is my business right now. So give them good service.
Yeah.
I'm not doing Pitso a favor. I'm not doing Pitso's Kitchen a favor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure this guy lives here happy and he's gonna give me a tip.
Yeah.
So when the customer is there, that is your client, not mine. So that's how you can advise people to have good service.
Right.
So everyone has a role. So the manager manages the business. I manage the entire place. The waiter manages the customer service and whatever. So everyone has a role to play.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're gonna be paid. We're gonna be paid according to roles.
Sure.
So that's how I see it.
Now I like that because you're empowering the team to take ownership of their own vision. Yeah. So for me, I want to find out. I think there's a couple of questions I want to find out before we would even end the conversation. With that thing of there's different roles, I think what's huge is a team.
Yes.
You said you started off with some people and then they didn't last with you.
Yeah.
But I'm surely as time went on, you began to meet people who have been lasting with you.
Yeah.
And for someone who's watching it now and they're like, okay, Sharp, I also want to take my business to the next level. I want to take what I'm doing to the next level. What type of a team or what type of people should you look for when you're beginning to build your own team?
Are you mean like people who work with you or
work with you
behind the scenes?
Yeah, behind the scenes, but who are on your team to help you push things forward.
The funny thing is like guys used to call me like the drummer son, the drummer son thing. So I have that thing also.
Okay.
I don't have like a team per se. Like let's say there's a guy like whose role is this thing. I'm the entire business.
Okay.
In a way.
Okay.
But not in a bad way though.
Sure,
I
sure,
do
sure.
have people who advise me. Like I have like people that are accountants that are my friends, but they don't work for Business Kitchen. Like those things.
Okay.
So I do have that. But when it comes to the team, I involve the entire team from a waiter to the manager to maybe the scullery to discuss things. We have a team. Let's say Waterfront is its own team that I'm part of. Parklands is a team that is I'm part of. Biscuit Mill also is a team that we discuss things.
Okay.
But it's not like we have like maybe like some company there that is really helping us to. No, we on our own.
Okay. Yeah. So your model is like just bring everyone. Everyone has a say.
Yes.
Make sure that you're listening to anyone, even if they are doing the smallest task.
Yes.
They could have like an idea that could change things.
You know. Funny enough, like most of my chefs, they start as cleaners or they will start as a scullery, especially in the kitchen. So someone will just say like, "Yo, I like how you doing that." So maybe we understaffed and we start saying, "Can you please help us with this today?" And then they start learning, and they become like the head.
Yeah.
So I empower within the space. Like, but I have people that left. I mean, not just my guys that I started with. I'm talking about like people that used to work with us that left and went for other places.
Yeah,
like maybe you want like a club vibe, and us with like a family chilled restaurant, and then you get people that live like that. But also, I have also this thing of like I employ people that have like their own personal vision.
Okay.
So mostly the people that work for us are students that are like, in 4 years' time, you'll be gone, you'll be having your office somewhere else, and then you're gonna think, oh yes, for the last 3 years I worked in Pitsos kitchen. So we don't want to employ someone who's gonna be there like for ever and ever again. No.
Wow.
No.
It's an interesting business model because there's a bunch of people who want to keep everyone like almost forever.
No.
They keep people forever. But it must also mean that you have a crazy amount of training that must be happening. If your business model is open to bringing new people always and train them, empower them, let them go.
That's the funny thing. No one leaves.
Okay. so they're free to go, but they don't.
No, like look, I mean, in Waterfront we've only been there for 3 years.
Sure.
So for the last 3 years, the people that left, maybe they're located to Joburg or something like that. It was not because of us or anything like that.
I see.
But most of the people that have been with us from 2022 when we opened, they're still there.
Yeah.
Some of them were like waiters, now they're in a management position or something like that. Yeah.
And would you say that's because they have found a place where there is growth?
I feel like it's a home more than the growth part.
Okay.
Like I mean, like the family thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm one person who I don't want to call myself a boss. Everyone, like if it means we have to clean, we all clean. I'm not giving myself too much credit to say, hey, this is when I look good on the video or this thing like that. No. I'm one guy. If it means I have to go and cook, I'll go do that. And I don't want anyone to say, hey, boss this, boss that. I hate that. We're all family.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But some people, like, it's so funny that some people, when you do that, they might think like, this guy is like stupid, like they usually lose your respect kind of a vibe. But now you have to like remind them like, hey, by the way, I'm still,
it's still me.
It's still me. Don't think just because we were like joking and doing this thing, you need to now relax. You get people like that.
Sure.
Just because he jokes a lot, he plays around, that's it's not a serious guy, it's fine.
Yeah. So I think that, I feel like you may not realize it, but I think the way you're running things is incredible. Like, it is incredible. You've created not just a business, but a home.
Yeah.
Not just a home, but a home where people grow and a place where people can feel loyal to you and to each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's like incredible. I think many people come into employment and think about what they're getting and nothing else. But I think you're building something where people can hold on to something way more than just the finances.
Yeah.
Now, as we're beginning to come to the close of the conversation, I want to ask you, if you were 20, if there was a 21-year-old Pitso now, he has just said, you know what, now I want to start a business, but I need 3 points.
This question I get it a lot.
Okay. Okay.
It's there's no business without like passion. If you're not passionate about something, don't do it.
Sure.
Don't go to an industry that you don't know.
Sure.
So just because you sell, just because your neighbor sells water, now you want to go to the water business, but you don't understand why that person is ventured into that business. So the first point is like you need to be patient, and you also need to be patient. Because my man,
Yeah.
money comes, money goes. Sometimes money takes long, but if your business is growing, one day you get the reward.
Yeah.
You know. So a lot of people want to make quick cash
Sure.
because we go into business for profit. But your mind, like now, you're making profit. That's like they say, oh, by the way, we're gonna like do construction. You lose sales.
Sure.
You lose customers. People are no longer coming. What do you do if you're now getting all the profit for yourself and all those things?
Yeah.
So you always need to have that kind of you need to always know that things are not gonna be like straight every day. Like I see like a lot of not to mention people's names or anything like that, but soccer players or kwaito artists or piano artists, they make quick cash back. Then they disappear.
Sure.
And then you find them after like 2 years, like they are somewhere else, and you don't understand how they got there because of they didn't have the passion.
Yeah.
And they had the passion for music, but they didn't understand that you need to be patient for certain things, the lifestyle, you know.
Yeah. So that's passion, number one.
Patience also.
Patience,
And also you need to go for a business that you know.
Okay.
Yeah, like I can't just wake up, I want to sell microwaves. Like, what do I know about microwaves? You know? So even if now I want to start podcasting, where do I start? I mean, I've never been a broadcaster or never had an interest of anything of this. Wow, how do I start?
Yeah.
Just because everyone is doing it now, I must do it. You know, like I might not be doing it better than you, but because I love cooking, I love people, and I love, you know, like a friend of mine told me this before I even opened my business. He said to me, if one day you'll open a place, your place is gonna be packed in fact. Because of one day I had a party at my place. I invited 3 of my friends. 3 of my other friends called other people, and my house was full, and I didn't even know how those people came about. And they said to me, if it was me, no one would have come. Okay. So for me, I looked at that and I realized like maybe there's something honest because of how I relate to people. I don't like to, I hate that, you know what I mean, you know, those things, I hate those things. So I like to relate to anyone. We need to meet for who we are, and have a decent conversation than like, what do you think, you know what, like, you know what I do? And now I hate that. So I get to speak to a lot of people who don't even know who I am. And then we connect on a personal level, and then later on they find out like, oh, you the owner of the business? Like, yeah, this is my business. I'm like, okay. And there are a lot of people who will even ask me where Pitso is at the shop. Like, why after speaking with them out for like almost an hour, they ask me like, where's Pitso? I'm like, I'm Pitso. I'm like, really? You know, because I like to engage with people on a normal level. Like I don't wanna I hate those things. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So then finally, with everything that's been said, I mean, you've spoken about your life, how you came into Cape Town. You saw a problem, which I think we might ask you to come back for another episode at some point. But I think what was huge about you, also you found a gap, and you began to say, because there's a gap, it means there's a business there.
Yes.
Respond to it. You got people around you, created a home, you're empowering them. And then you're also saying that the things that were driving you was passion, patience, and just understanding
the business,
what you're doing.
Yeah.
If there is one thing that you would say anyone trying to start a business, one mistake you feel you made or have made, and you say, look, watch out for that, what would it be?
I think I've already said it. I left my job without a plan.
Okay.
I was just, I was caught up with the moment.
Okay.
Like the hype. And I left my job without a plan.
Yeah.
Like, so people don't leave your job before you know. Like a lot of people will say like, I wanna start a business. And then they will like, I wanna leave my job. You need to leave your job when you know for sure that this is definitely the time to leave your job. I left my job, but I made it work. It could have went south few months after that. Because it was high. It was like, I make more money than I make in a month.
Yeah.
Let me leave. It's not like, now I know this is legit. Now I know that I'm going to survive for the next 10 years. None of that was in my mind. It was money driven. So I can say, leave at the right time.
Sure.
But obviously, money is going to be the one that's going to judge. But there's other factors other than money that is you're gonna see. Like now, I've also made connections.
Yeah.
I've already now, because obviously connections are also part of this journey that I'm in. I mean, like you asked me earlier on, how do I feel for today? I mean, doesn't shock me anymore because I've had other people as well that I've catered for, that I always knew from TV or anything like that. But now, some of them are my friends now because of the business that I'm in.
Yeah. No. I think that's super, super important. Before you leave your job, make sure there's a plan. Make sure there's a plan. Otherwise, you're gonna hurt yourself.
You will hurt yourself.
Sure. And those you love as well. But Pitso, I want to say thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Are
much.
we done?
Yeah. You're we can keep it going. I think for like another episode. How many hours? How many minutes is it right now? 40? 42. Yeah. So that's normally the amount of time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was so quick. That was nice.
But we need to do another one. We need to go a bit deeper. I think we could even see if we could maybe the next one try shoot maybe at one of your restaurants.
Oh yeah.
And try shoot, find a nice space and just like shoot and get a little bit deeper into some of these things.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, man.
You're enjoying it?
I just speak about myself, man.
Sure.
Like, so finally, I'm like saying something to someone that he knows.
Yeah.
I'm always joking around. Nothing serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you get to actually like pour out of who you are. You know, one thing that was interesting though with what you were saying about a friend coming to you and saying, you know what, because it's you, there's gonna be success out of your life. I see it. If it was me, I wouldn't have it. There's a concept in Christianity called grace.
Yes.
That God gives you. That it's not something everyone has.
Yes.
And I think what your friend was also highlighting is that God has given you a grace for this thing.
My mom named me Theodore.
Sure.
And Theodore means the gift from God. And she always reminds me all the time to say, hey, you're the gift from God. So whatever you're doing, it's God driven.
Yeah.
And I believe, I also believe in God. I also believe in Jesus Christ. And I know for sure that if I walk out here, I know there's a car's not gonna hit me. Like no car is gonna hit me or anything like that because I already know in my mind like God is watching over me.
Sure.
So I have that because of the name Theodore, the name what my mom gave me.
Yeah.
And my mom is a pastor. So
Okay. In Limpopo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she reminds me every day. She prays for me. Sometimes I forget to pray.
Okay.
But she prays.
But
for
she's
me.
covering. So you are a pastor's kid.
Kind of.
Yeah. It's in there. So, but I just want to say you're doing great things.
Thank you, man.
I think you are humble, and sometimes in humility, people can I think even sometimes people around you and even yourself, you can miss out on how big you are.
Yes.
And how massive your impact is.
Yes.
And I just want to say that we support you. I must be honest and say I haven't come to the restaurant yet. I do live in Parklands though. I live in Parklands and I'm gonna pull through.
Next time we'll shoot the one in Parklands.
Yeah, let's shoot the one in Parklands.
Yeah.
Let's shoot at that one. And then we'll just set up a time when it makes sense. And then you also tell us when the noise maybe is not as loud. But even if there's noise, it's fine. It's just that it's too crazy.
Yeah, Mondays. We're not even open Mondays.
Mondays, ne?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Okay, we can do another one on Mondays and get a little bit deeper into some things. So, before we head out, I wanted you just to look into that camera and just to speak to like a young person who wants to get into business. Just a word of encouragement towards him.
What's up? Now, my honest serious note, if you want to start in a business, you need to know that in business, you need to solve a problem. You don't just go into business because your neighbors in the same business. You don't need unnecessary competition. You solve a problem and you need to know what problem you're solving. Don't just go into business if you're not interested in their business. You need to be patient. Money comes late in the business. It doesn't come today and you become rich today. You'll be rich if you're chasing money. You'll be rich one day. Don't be afraid to start. I mean, we're living in a world right now where social media, internet can market your business without even going to mainstream media. So like when we grow up, we used to have businesses that we only knew from adverts that were playing during the commercial breaks when there's a drama or anything like that. Now you can start your business on your own. Don't be afraid to start. Whatever you love will take care of you if you turn it into a business. Yeah.
100%. So that was the Makopo podcast. We don't only want to talk about stuff that are only around spiritual growth, but we also want to learn from people's lives. And I want to say thank you for coming through. This won't be the last time, like I'm saying.
So, man.
Won't be the last time. But thank you so much, guys. Hey, if you guys have any questions to Pitso, where can we find you on social media?
Social media, Instagram, Pitso Pitso's Kitchen.
Sure.
Pitso's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Pitsos _Kitchen ZA.
Okay.
That's Instagram and Facebook.
And
we're not on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not on Twitter. No.
Okay. So when they send a message to that, they most likely somehow find you.
Yes. By the way, you sent
to the email.
That email is due. So
okay.
So my email is pitso@pitsoskitchen.co.za. You get me straight there.
Sure.
What else? You can, if you want to see me, you can come to the restaurant.
Come on. So can we just get a rundown of the restaurants really quickly for everyone, where they can find you, just so we can run them down. So wherever someone's living this week, guys.
Okay, so Parklands will open like from 11:30 till 8 o'clock midweek. Weekends is 11:30 till 9 o'clock. We are at the Emporium next to Food Lovers Market at the Sundam Road. We'll be there for 7 months. We need your support. Come support us. He's never been there. He's coming tomorrow.
I'm pulling through.
We also have the waterfront, the Baker's Landing. It's Baker's Landing. That's where we are. And we also have the Biscuit Mill every Saturday, 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock, Sunday and Saturday. Starting from the back.
Okay. So also you also saying that some of your merch is going to be coming out?
Yes, very soon. You see how swagged I am?
Hey.
I don't know if you see.
Hey, we
look
can
at
see
this.
It. We see
Can I
it.
stand?
Yeah.
Okay, let me show
Okay,
you.
yeah.
Look at this, look at
we
this,
see
look at
we
this.
have in this
There's
camera.
a corner,
We
there's
see
a
this
corner,
camera. We
there's a
see
corner.
that. Okay. Yeah,
So we also sell quarter.
Okay, let's bring the mic to you so we can hear you, bro.
Yeah, we also sell quarter. You know, we spoke about this thing, but we never said what we sell.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Guys, Pitso's Kitchen is we sell South African cuisine. That's why I said to you earlier on that we were solving a problem.
Yeah.
So in Cape Town, there was no African cuisine, South African cuisine before us.
Sure.
And we don't cook for tourists, we cook for locals. The same way that your mama or your granny used to cook it.
Okay.
That's how we cook it.
Hey.
The sauce.
Yeah.
The pop. Huh?
Sure. So guys, you know, and that's huge. I feel like even in our city, people make things for the tourists.
Yeah.
Very few people make it for the locals. So I think let's go out there, guys. Let's support. Let's make sure that we are there in the biscuit mill, in the Emporium, waterfront, Parklands.
Yeah, the Emporium is in Parklands.
Yes.
Yeah. Food lovers
near the
market.
food lovers. Yeah. So guys, and the Win Biscuit Meal.
All biscuit meal.
All biscuit meal at 9 a.m. to 5 every Saturday
And Sunday. Yeah.
Alright, guys. So that's what we're gonna be doing, guys. Ask the questions in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe. Let's get the podcast booming, but let's also get Pitso's Kitchen booming so people can grow in support of that. And low key, for myself, in inspiration of a businessman next to me, I have some young news that is going to come out as time goes on, but I'm wearing a hoodie of the merch that we're going to be selling quite soon. So so maybe there we go. So if Pitso did it, let's do it too. You know what I mean? So we have it. This says don't forget to pray in the background. Not sure if it's very clear. If it's not clear, there'll be pictures that'll come out.
Dope design.
So thank you. So in light of business, as South African youth, we don't get in business enough, but we have to make sure we have our side hustles so we begin to build up our income to sustain our lives.
Yes.
But thank you so much, Pitso. One more time, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
It was hectic coming here and there was a bunch of stuff going on, but I appreciate you and I believe that we will build a connection going forward.
Pastor, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
I almost missed this interview.
Sure.
But I'm happy I'm here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
No, thank you so much.
Cheers, man.
Share this with all your friends. Share this with all your loved ones. And share this with all the haters because they must be hungry. That's the only reason why they're hating. And if they're hating, make sure they come to Pitso's Kitchen.
And subscribe, guys. Subscribe to this channel.
There we go. Listen to Pitso. He has the answers, guys. He has all the answers. Okay, guys, we're out. Thank you so much. God is love, and we love you too. We're done.